Hello. It's day 2. I have to talk about something I have already done. What I did today is, right now it is 12:38. So it's already half of the day. Until this time, what I did is I watched a video from Wing Gang. Actually, it has been so long time that I haven't been watching him. I have watched him, I don't know, a year or 2 years ago, and learned great amount of information about how to talk, how to give a public speech, using gestures, using mimics and other stuff from him properly. I have put some of them in use, but actually I couldn't do them regularly. I couldn't do all of them at once. So but I knew what needs to be done. Also, I have created a YouTube video about how to use them properly. I mean, about gestures. I just condensed them down and put them in my words to someone else in YouTube to learn. Actually, the video didn't take off, unfortunately, but now I understand that this was the moment I understood I need to improve my skills. I need to improve my talking off the cuff to camera, because my first video took off. I believe it was because of English, where I was sharing my journey about how I learned English, which steps I did, which are useful, which are not. And until this time, I believe it has been watched more than 13,000 times. I mean, 13,000 people watched that video. So the second video was about how to give a public speech, and there I used a lot of elements which I learned by Wing Gang. Sorry if I pronounce his name incorrectly. I love this guy. He's so funny. He has been a magician before. Now he's giving lessons about how to talk properly. Actually, I never paid for his courses. I only watched his YouTube videos, and I believe his YouTube videos are also great to learn. And I love these kind of people. These are the people, they don't force you to buy something from them. You just watch their video, and if you like, you can go and buy. But if you don't like, you can get lots of the information they are giving for free. Only they give the information in an organized way and in a maybe more condensed way, in more applicable way in their paid courses. So getting this information doesn't mean that you will be automatically better. If it was, I would be better today, because I knew that 2 years ago, this information. Now I am putting them in use, and this is what he also advises. Take camera and record yourself, and he has a great way explaining. He says that just you are recording 1 or 2 minutes of video of yourself, then you put the phone back down like that. You don't see your face, you only listen to the audio, and you are trying to understand where you are making ums and other stuff, if you are making proper pauses or not. Then you are taking your phone and you are turning the volume all the way down, and then you start watching, and you see visually how you are talking. Do you use hand gestures properly, or do you use your mimics properly or not? When you are trying to convey good feelings, maybe your facial expression says something bad. So then you are improving your facial expression. Then he says that, for example, transcribe your notes by using ChatGPT or other stuff. Then see where you are giving information, what words you are repeating a lot. Yeah, like this. And today I was taking shower, and I was watching to pick up one of the great video while I'm having shower, and by accident I saw his video and started watching. It was about 30 minutes long video, and I love how this guy puts put them these things in words. So one of the things that I never tried, not never tried, I tried to do it a bit, but never did it consistently. It is frameworks, talking in frameworks. You know, frameworks is something like when someone asks you a question, you don't know where to start to answer because you have a lot of information about the question asked. But if you have frameworks, you put them in use. For example, if someone asks you something, you can use the framework like one thing about it, 2 types, and 3 other things you can talk about it. This is the framework he calls 3, 2, 1. Or the famous framework called, for example, PrEP, which says, I believe, point, example, what was it? PrEP. No, point, response. I forgot already. Point, response, example, then you are again coming back to the point. Reason. Point, reason, example, and again you are emphasizing the point. There are tons of these kind of frameworks, and actually I'm thinking about using these frameworks while I'm talking to camera in days, although ChatGPT gave me some plan about for 30 days challenge, but I'm thinking about doing them in prep and putting them in use, so while I'm talking it's gonna be better, and also I will get used to using them more and more. Actually, the best speakers are the people who put them in use and you never feel like they are using frameworks or something else. If someone is new like me doing so, you immediately understand that, because I'm watching a lot of, in my country, a lot of people who are coaching these kind of things, and I was thinking that they are cringe because they don't do what they are saying. They don't use proper hand gestures, but they say that we're gonna teach you to do proper hand gestures. Their voice is not intact. Their hands, they are actually I have just noticed with a couple of people, and both of them use their hand gestures in a wrong way all the time in the same position. For example, I don't know how to show you, or maybe I can put it here. They heard that this position, for example, this position is power position or something like this, and all the time they are keeping their hands something like this. Or other one says that, do you want to learn better, like something, and always comes back to this. And this is not natural position for me. It immediately you understand that they are trying to copy someone else. For example, they saw on English or in Russian sources, and they are trying to use this and teach. I'm not admonishing them, I'm not condemning them. What I'm saying is that if you don't master the skill you are trying to teach, it's not gonna be, people won't believe you. And at first you have to believe yourself. If I can't talk to camera without hesitation, without comfortable, how can I teach someone else? So this is why I first try to go through this process. Maybe after 30 days or just after a year or 2, it's gonna be just my course material, maybe giving motivation to someone who I am trying to help with talking to the camera, to see that in the beginning I was also very hesitant, disastrous, something like that. Yeah, this is my second day, and I see on the screen it's already 9 minutes, and I believe it's cool, good, and I wanna summarize here. So what I did today is I watched Wing Yang's video about talking in frameworks, something like that, and then I watched other girl from YouTube about explaining how frameworks make us organized, not only talking in frameworks, but also when we get information we can store them in frameworks in our memory, not in the frameworks the author introduced us. For example, in the book, after reading book we can tag them by ourselves according to our mind and put them in frameworks of ourselves. yeah, that's day 2. See you on day 3. Bye.